Hello and welcome to Talking Honey. I'm your host, Shelly Horton, and with me are relationship expert John Aiken.
This is going to be a ripper.
9Honey columnist Maria Thattil.
I feel good about it too.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay. Bringing up the rear.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good.
TV
I'm pumped
host,
and ready to go.
breakfast host Ben
How are you?
Fordham. I'm excellent. And you know what? It's because we get to talk about travelling.
Yeah, holidays.
So, travelling with your family can either be a bonding experience or it can be absolute hell. Now, Ben, you and I recently ran into each other at the airport as we were both heading off on separate family holidays.
Was she stalking you?
Yeah, you know what? I did that thing where I was like still looking down, looking the other way, and I was like, hopefully she doesn't recognise me. Oh, my God,
she
here
did.
comes Shelly.
Do you know the opposite happened? Because my husband, who loves Ben, was like, I can't believe you got a selfie with Ben, but you didn't get me in it. Oh, the bromance is real.
Favouritism.
Anyway, how was your holiday with the family?
Yeah, holiday was great. I was doing the family thing, and you were doing the family thing as well, for different reasons.
Yeah, so
because you
I
had
went
Darren's
to...
Dad's.
It was at Darren's father's 80th birthday in Maui, where the whole family had gone there. And
we were going to scatter my dad's ashes at Waikiki Beach in Hawaii. So two very different holidays, but both very, very celebratory because it certainly was for us. So we had 14 of us. And I was worried about it. I was worried about, you know, you've got 14 people all together, 10 days. But I think there were only 2 incidents the whole time.
That's not too bad.
Like, you know, minor little, you know...
Skirmishes.
Yeah, but I think the trick to doing that is when you're travelling as a big group on a family holiday, you've got to understand that not everyone's going to be doing the same thing at the same time, right?
yes.
Have an itinerary.
So we did dinner together every night, and the rest of it was choose your own adventure.
We do that with my family. Before COVID, it was my parents' 50th wedding anniversary and their 70th birthdays, kind of all coinciding. So it was my mum and dad, my brother, his wife, nephews, my sister-in-law's parents, Darren's parents.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, there was I think there was 8 people over 70 and then the kids. What we did is what you suggested. It's like, choose your own adventure during the day. We'll always meet for dinner. But the other thing we did, youngies have a debrief in the pool with a drink about, oh my God, can you believe what Dad said?
The problem is too, is that their dinners were like a married at first sight dinner. So there's always someone throwing wine in someone's face.
John, look, not everyone gets along with their family. Is it, you know, dangerous?
Well, I think that if you're going to do something like that, you do have to go in with a plan.
Yes.
Make it time limited.
Yep.
You know, because you don't want these things going all through the day and night. Make sure you can debrief at the end of it with your partner. I think also it's good going in having just no-go zones in terms of topics. So it might be, Ben, don't talk about politics.
But do you say that to your partner or to the entire group?
To your partner. So you're going in, you've got each other's backs, you've done the prep, it's time limited, and then you get everybody out of there and then you just debrief in the hot tub with a wine.
What we did is we actually got Darren and his dad to go to one end of the pool so they could talk about Trump, and we did not want to be part of it. So we were up the other end.
That's preparation there.
Yes, that
so
is.
I know that you are very close with your family, but do you do family holidays?
I do with my immediate family, but can I say I've been on family holidays with my extended family long time ago. Couldn't see it happening now because you know what? As I've gotten older, and I think in certain cultures, there's a thing with, you know, kids being respectful and not speaking their mind, and I cannot imagine myself sitting at a dinner table with certain homophobic relatives or people who just super religious relatives that I have and things like that. And I think it would just be difficult. So unless we had a ban on certain topics, which I just don't think it would stick, I don't see us getting along on holiday.
Do you think they're watching right now?
They might be. And do you know what? I stand by what I said, family.
But I do like the idea you sit as far away as you can at the other end of the table. Manage the environment if you can.
It depends on the family, right? Like, do you like them? Do you like these relatives?
I like my family.
So yes, and I acknowledge that I have relationships with some of my relatives, but I cannot imagine myself on
I think we
holidays.
call that dancing around the top.
To be honest, no, but you know what? I'm going to be honest. I think sometimes you just don't get on with your relatives,
Sure.
and
Yeah.
sometimes you know you don't like them. So if you're going to invest in a holiday, I think you want it to be enjoyed.
But you've got so much invested in those family relationships, right? Because there's so much more on the line in those relationships because they are
Forever.
permanent relationships.
Well, I
These are
think
people who are
close
tied
family,
to you
yes,
forever.
But when you get
Yes.
to aunts and uncles and
But
cousins, it can be
but
less.
I don't
sometimes
know.
not throwing everyone into a melting pot is how you preserve the relationships.
Yeah.
Because I would love to be on holiday with my immediate family. I love them to death. We have the best time, great memories. But I actually do better when I have a little bit of distance from certain relatives.
Yeah.
Right.
And maybe we'll
Ben,
And
do you
then look-
ever just sit back and realise how lucky you and I both
Yeah.
are that we are very close with our families
Yeah.
and we can holiday with them?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably... There are some pubs that have got rules where they say no religion, no politics. You know,
Right.
if you're going to come into this pub, this is a place where you can talk about a whole range of things.
And have a good time.
Do
No
they not
religion,
listen
no
to 2GB?
politics. Well, that's the time when you can talk about those things.
Right.
But in other words, this is a place where we prefer people don't
Yeah.
kind of get involved in arguments about things that you
Yeah.
don't need to bring into our establishment. And maybe that's a safe space for a lot of families to work in as well. I'm not going to get into an argument with family members about what might be their point of view. If someone was trying to force me to do something I didn't want to do, I might kind of say, no, mate, I'm a big boy, I'll do what I want to do. But I think I go out of my way to avoid arguments with members of my family because they fall into a special category. They're going to be around for a long
Yeah.
time. They're going to be in my life forever. That's a decision I've made, even though I didn't choose them to begin with. So therefore, I will avoid major confrontations with them. Absolutely.
Maria,
and forever.
I'm going to put you on the spot though, because you are making a career of educating people and sharing your opinion and maybe changing people's minds. Shouldn't that begin at home?
Well, I think that, to Ben's point, I just know that it's actually not my job to change someone else's mind. So I like to share my ideas and maybe you spark discourse or whatever it is, but I know in certain circles, for example, certain family contexts, religion and things like sexuality and things like that have been points of contention where they feel how they feel, but I am who I am. So for me, I just don't want to put myself in a position where I'm having that kind of confrontation. I'll always be true to myself, but I don't need to be holidaying with these people. You know, and
Yeah,
it is
so-
a privilege to love yours the way that you do and to have that relationship where you can acknowledge that I don't have those relationships and not everybody does. Not everyone has those relationships.
John, so if you don't, can you politely say no to a family group holiday?
You can absolutely say no. You may not have to even be polite about it. You know, you can
Really?
be very direct about it. You know, some people don't have those ties with family.
Yes.
You know,
Right.
they are very upfront and have broken free of them. They're independent. And I think, you know, if you think about your immediate family and being involved with an extended family is not good for them, then you say no.
Okay.
And if you've got to lie about it, so be it. Just don't put everybody in the mix if it's going to really hurt your immediate family, because they've got to come first.
Okay,
So
you
do
heard
whatever
it-
you can.
You
just
heard it
say
here
no.
first from John Aiken, Married at First Sight. Lying is fine.
Lying.
Lying is okay.
Sink
And
your
just holiday
teeth
on
into
your
it. It's
own.
great for you.
Solo
Go on a holiday
holidays.
on your own.
Solo holiday.
Thank you,
Solo
Ben.
You've got no one to
holidays.
argue with.
I think you'd be great to go on holiday
We
with.
should go
Ben.
away together.
I like where your
Another
head's at.
bromance.
Yeah.
Okay. I know. All right, well, you can see more segments like this at 9honey.com.au. Or if you have a question you would like us to answer, please email us at 9honey@9.com.au.